Morning, students. Today we will start the first chapter in financial accounting, that is ratio analysis. In today's class, we will study the meaning of ratios, advantages and limitations of ratio analysis. First of all, we will study the meaning of ratios, accounting ratios. What is the meaning of ratio analysis? Ratio analysis is one of the powerful tool of the financial analysis. So it is a tool which is used for analyzing the or making financial analysis. For ratio analysis, we need ratios. So an accounting ratio is the mathematical or quantitative expression of relationship between the accounting figures in the financial statement. Financial statement here means profit and loss, trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. The figures in the trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet. There are different figures there: sales, purchase, opening stock, closing stock, assets, liabilities, and other items. So what are the relation between these items? Quantitative or mathematical relationship between these items. That is called as accounting ratio. I will present here a definition by J. Patti. According to him, the term accounting ratio is used to describe significant relationship between figures shown on a balance sheet, in a profit and loss account, in budgetary control system, and in any part of the accounting organization. In any part of the accounting organization, any statements in the accounting organization, specifically income statement and balance sheet, or profit and loss account and balance sheet, and even in the budgetary control system. So there are different figures there. The relationship, significant relationship between the different figures are described in the accounting ratio. So hope you have understood the meaning and definition of accounting ratio. Now let us move to the advantages of ratio analysis. What are the advantages of ratio analysis or ratios, accounting ratios? First of all, it aids to measure the general efficiency. Through the ratios, there are different classification of ratios. There are different ratios. There are ratios by using which we can measure the general efficiency of the company. Company's efficiency can be measured. Second one is it aids to measure financial solvency, whether the company is solvent and how solvent it is, or is it solvent or insolvent. So this can be measured by using the accounting ratios. It aids in forecasting and planning. Even the accounting ratios also helps in forecasting future. What will be the future? What will be the future sales? What will be the future profit? How much can be improved? How much improvement can be made in the sales? All these things can be done, and even planning is also helped here. Next, fourth advantage is facilitates decision making. An accounting ratio. There are different accounting ratios which will be helpful for the management in decision making process. They have to make different decisions. They have to expand the business. Sometimes they may have to take a decision of expansion of the business, diversification of the business, and different decisions may have to be taken. For that, ratios will be helpful. Then the fifth advantage is aids in cooperative action. So through the ratios, by finding the different ratios, the cooperation can be obtained. Different departments can cooperate. Cooperative action can be taken. So where is the weak point? Where is the strong point? All this can be found out by accounting ratios. It aids in intra-firm comparison. Intra-firm comparison. Within the firm itself, within the company itself, different departments, different sections can be compared. Ratios for different sections is calculated and it is compared. So intra-firm comparison is possible. sales, profit, gross profit, net profit, and other figures will be compared. Its ratios will be compared. Net profit ratio, gross profit ratio, there are different ratios. It will be compared here. It acts as a good communication. So it is a medium of communication, we can say. It is a good communication media. It is a communication tool. Through the ratios, we can communicate to the management, to the different parties which are having, or which different stakeholders which are who are interested in the company. Next one is limitations of ratio analysis. In addition to these advantages, even though the ratios are very much useful in the company, there are some limitations. First one is differences in definitions. There are different definitions given for different ratios. Same ratio may have different definitions. So it will be sometimes confusing. Next one is limitations of accounting records. When there are limitations in the accounting records, it will surely affect the ratios, because we calculate the ratios according to the records. So it will be affected. Lack of proper standards. There are accounting standards. We know about accounting standards, but for ratios, there are no such standards. Changes in accounting procedure. There is a possibility of changes in the accounting procedures, methods, and all. So in such cases, the ratios may be affected. When the procedure is changed, the amount figure will change. So ratios will be affected. Ratios may not be comparable in some cases. Next, limitation the use of the single ratio. A single ratio may not be sometimes useful. It may have to, we have to take different ratios, and according to the different ratios, we can derive or we can take a decision. Then changes in the policies, or changing policies. Companies' policies may change. As the company's policies changes, it will affect the accounting. It will record the accounting, affect the accounting records, and finally it will have an effect on the ratio analysis. No allowance for price changes. We know that the world is, we are living in a world wherein the price level is changing. The inflation rate. We know about the inflation rate. So the prices are inflating. The today's 1 rupee may not be equal to tomorrow's 1 rupee, or that is the thing. So money value changes. So that is why we sometimes, when we compare the figures of 1 year with another year, 1 month with another month, the price level is changed, but there is no adjustment which is made for the price level changes in the accounting figures. Arithmetical window dressing. Sometimes by using the ratios, making some arithmetical window dressing, we may present the things in a beautiful way, even though inside it is not so beautiful. So such type of cases is also possible. So these are the limitations of ratio analysis. In addition to this, we can say that there are advantages and limitations, but ratio analysis is useful for the company. We can make use of the ratios by having a balance between the advantages and limitations. Thank you for listening to the class.